Hello and welcome to episode 220 of the Daily Sales Message, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff. If you're new around here, my name is James Newell. I teach people how to sell for a living, and I've basically broken sales and selling into paint by numbers. I've got dozens and dozens of online courses. They're called practical sales training, dozens of online courses that help you to do really simple things and break it down for you into step by step. How to differentiate, how to justify the price, how to charge people more money, how to make people more loyal, how to seize the attention of your buyer. The list goes on. I've broken sales and selling into paint by numbers. So if you want to check out some of those affordable and actionable courses, head on over to practicalsalestraining.com. Anyway, in this episode of the Daily Sales Message, we're talking about something called the burden of proof. The burden of proof. I steal this from the legal profession. The burden of proof comes down to, in a court case, you have to prove something beyond reasonable doubt, and it's up to you to do that. Up to you. It's generally as the prosecutor, you have to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that somebody is guilty. So if you think about this in the world of communication and sales messaging and selling to people, the burden of proof is on you to make sure people understand your offering, prove it works to them, and give them everything they need. I have used to have lots of clients come to me and almost arrogantly laughing, these idiots, they don't understand what we do. Oh, how could they be so stupid? And actually I had to educate these people and say, well, if somebody doesn't understand what you do, you might think they're stupid, but they're going from the information you're giving them or not giving them. So if they can't form a conclusion from what you're giving them, it's your problem. It's your fault. Even if they are stupid, might as well take ownership of this. Let's own this. Let's think about this. And that's what I want you to do today. I want you to think about, for the most basic of things, this is obvious sales message territory, most basic of things of where are you located? What are your opening hours? Who do you sell to? How do I buy from you? How do I call you and email you, etc. Really basic machinations of how do I just interact with you as a business? Obvious sales message. All the way up to, what do you do? How do you do it? Why should I choose you? And a lot more of the involved buyer questions that you get. But just remember, the burden of proof, the responsibility for being easy to understand and deal with always lies with you. Doesn't reflect on the person you're talking to, it reflects on you. And the best avatar, the best ideal client profile, ICP, to focus on any of the ones you're actually trying to sell to, ironically, is the average person in the street. If you can walk up to the average person in the street and strike up a conversation with them and explain what you do and they understand it, and they're not from your industry and they don't have any pre-existing knowledge, if you can do that, and it's very difficult to do. It's possible. It's very difficult. But if you can do that, then you can, of course, talk to people who should know what things are and do have experience of your industry. So for today, I just want you to take this notion on board, the burden of proof. Where can you take full responsibility, or where have you been shirking responsibility, for explaining your offering clearly, making people understand what you sell, how to buy it, how it works, why they need it, answering all those important buyer questions. That is the burden of proof. Okay, that's it for this episode of the Daily Sales Message. Tomorrow in episode 221, it's one of my most favorite sayings, one of my most favorite aphorisms, and it comes down to lateness and earliness and being on time. I'll explain all tomorrow for you. Obviously, very exciting episode talking about punctuality, but I'll explain all tomorrow for you. In the meantime, going back to the practical sales training, if you need help with sales and selling, I have a serious amount of very affordable, very actionable online courses that will help you do what you need to do. Head on over to practicalsalestraining.com. That's practicalsalestraining.com. You can find them there. And they all take a step-by-step, paint-by-numbers approach to selling to simplify things and give you lots of options, lots of structure, so you know exactly what to do and what to say. Thank you for listening all the way to the end, or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for an exciting punctuality-based edition of the Daily Sales Message.